It is a hustle.
Fighting for our fucking lives.
Millions of Americans are working harder than ever and falling further and further behind. Bills keep rising, paychecks feel smaller. Survival is becoming an everyday struggle. How did life become this damn expensive? Check this out.
Bitch, why did I just look up the average American salary on Google and this shit said $61,984 a year for one person? I'm like, God damn, I'm in fucking poverty.
I'm an American. I pay $1,600 for a flat that has no bedroom. That's 2/3 of my income. I'm an American. I work 50 hours a week. I don't have health insurance. I'm an American. I couldn't afford to have a child even if I wanted to. I'm $7,000 in debt. I'm an American. My health is declining because I can't afford Whole Foods because that's too expensive for my life. I am very overqualified for my job, but no one else is hiring. I'm an American. I make my boss hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, while I can barely keep myself alive. I'm an American. I have never been out of the States. I have never been on a vacation. I'm an American. I make $20-some an hour. A livable wage here is like 30-some. Yet I don't qualify for government assistance whatsoever. On the days I don't work, I'm so tired I just sleep all day. I'm an American. My electric bill is so expensive I sit outside in the heat because I can't afford to turn the AC on in the damn house. I'm an American, and I fear I'm just an average American. I'm living the American dream.
60% of the American public is about to lose everything they have. People living paycheck to paycheck are about to go broke. The GDP numbers came in yesterday, and of course the economy receded, which I predicted 2 months ago, and people laughed. Mark my words, the second quarter is going to be far worse. Tariffs on Chinese products at 145% are about to kick in, which means everything you buy from China on Amazon or elsewhere is about to go through the roof. Grocery store shelves are starting to empty at Walmarts across the country, and of course grocery prices continue to soar. People who've been financing groceries on credit are starting to default on those payments. We are about to see an economic catastrophe. If you're in this 60% that has little or no money, please stop spending money. Protect your family. Trump does not care about you. Even if you voted for him, he's a billionaire. He won't suffer, but you and your family will. Please protect yourself.
She died of an overdose, technically. But poverty, a poverty lifestyle is what killed her. I made a video the other day stating that if you're born into poverty, you have about a 4% chance of getting out. That means out of every 100 children born in America, 96 of them will die in poverty. And one of the 4 is me, and one of the 96 is my sister. And we were born 10 years apart to very different circumstances, but both in abject poverty. When I lived in poverty, though, I lived in apartment communities, cheap apartment communities, that it was kind of like people's starting point, and a lot of people got out. When my sister was born, we lived near a trailer park, and I'm not knocking the trailer park, but people aren't getting out typically, and so it was a different experience for her.
There are storms behind my eyes tonight, but I will laughter like a light. Nobody hears the silent screams hidden underneath my dreams. I smile while my heart collapses, dance while sadness fills the room. Only I could fake this.
Only in America can you still have $3 in your bank account, but owe the bank $36. See, this is a part of the poverty hustle. Specifically the part where banks pretend to be helping you, but are actually mugging you with paperwork and a smile. So think about it. You go to swipe your debit card at the gas station for $7.49. You thought you had enough, but surprise, you don't. In this example, you're 72 cents short. So what does the bank do? They don't reject the charge. They pay it and charge you $35 inconvenience. So now your $7.49 charge now takes on the charge of a steakhouse meal in just that short amount of time. But the kicker, rich people with millions of dollars in their account, they get overdraft protection from the bank for free. But if you're broke, that protection comes with a bill that you can't afford. But that's the system. It doesn't help you when you need it. It is a hustle. It profits off your need. It's legal robbery and a tax on being poor. And it's not just you. In 2023, banks made over $8 billion with a B dollars in overdraft fees alone. That's not a broken system, baby. It's a business model. And remember, Congress just passed something that allows the banks to put no caps on overdraft fees. Have you awakened yet?
Normal people deserve to be happy. Thinking this shit normal, working all them fucking hours. I never would have thought that me working 2 jobs last year would be the norm for this year. Oh, I have a $700 mortgage. Now I can afford things. Now I'm going to be able to move on up in life. Wrong, bitch. I'll hit you with a $800 light bill. We're going to go up on that. I'm in a constant state of anxiety. And then the little doses of serotonin I do have, they don't fucking last long. I deserve to be happy. I see why people get high now. I wish I could do the shit, but I can't. It just doesn't affect me the way it affects others. And the teacher gonna come calling me, talking about, oh, well, your son sat for 2 hours and didn't do his math lesson. Bitch, what you want me to do? You want me to be mad at a fucking 10-year-old for realizing that this all is a fucking joke? You got this boy for 8 fucking hours, Monday through Friday. You mad because he chose to take 2 of them motherfucking hours and say, fuck you, bitch. He tied too. At a young fucking age, God forbid, my mother actually makes a fucking decent wage, get paid to just be herself. Y'all be making the wrong motherfuckers famous. Fuck them celebrities. Them motherfuckers all combined together ain't did shit for you. Fuck they music, fuck they fucking reality TV shows, fuck their fashion, fuck their makeup, fuck their hair care products, bitch. We out here fighting for our fucking lives. I don't give a fuck about a Met Gala. Fuck is you talking about? I got 2 mouths to feed. Y'all worry about the wrong shit. Nobody really fucking thinking. Distraction after distraction. I ain't got no motherfucking reaction. Y'all acting like this shit normal. And all it does is tear us further the fuck away from humanity and your soul. Y'all done lost y'all motherfucking soul.
I just saw a homeless child. I'm driving by a bus stop. I see an older lady with suitcases, and this 11, 12-year-old kid is hugging what I think a grandma. And I have to race to a meeting, but I see this and it just shook me. But the thing about it is, in Florida, you see it all the time. You see kids walking around with suitcases like they've been evicted by their home. They don't know where to go. You see it all the time in Florida. And then I go to this business meeting, and I was there for a long time, and I drive back past the bus stop, and they're still there. They're not begging for money. And I'm thinking, you have nowhere to go and you want to help. But as mentioned, it's you help this one person, you try to help everyone, and now you're poor because you can't help everyone. You can't give all your money away. So then you have to beg the question, what's the solution? The Democrats are going to say social welfare, but we're $39 trillion in debt. And the Republicans are just going to be oh, they did it to themselves. Well, not necessarily. I grew up in poverty, and how I got out of it was entrepreneurship. Starting my own business and scaling and growing. And, but can everyone start their own business? Maybe, maybe not. What are your thoughts?
My name's Kelly, and I'm on food stamps. And before you run your fucking mouth, let me tell you why. My mother was on food stamps, and if I'm being frank, her mother was probably on food stamps. And the reason for that being is, when you're born into poverty, it's almost impossible to escape. You're quite literally born into a system inherited for you to become part of the system. People love to say, just work harder, but they don't realize how expensive it is to be poor. But what they don't see is the stress, the debt, the skipped meals, the jobs that don't pay you enough to live. Food stamps aren't a handout. They're quite literally a method of survival. And I'm not ashamed of it. I'm well aware of the life that I was given. It's not always fair. We don't always start at the same line. And I plan on being the last motherfucker in my bloodline that ever needs this fucking card.
Do y'all know that the average American doesn't have any money left over, if but maybe $200 or $300 left after they get paid every 2 weeks or every month? Did y'all know that? I'm sorry, but that I literally feel like drive me to voluntary homelessness. I would volunteer to be homeless. There's no way they'd have me out here working for anybody and I can't live life after I pay bills. Y'all can have these bills back. Take the car, take the crib. You can have it. Listen, I'm going to be homeless on the streets before I dare. Because, see, the way I'm set up, my Father which art in heaven would never have that be my portion. That's not my portion. There's no way that paying bills and not having any money left over to really exist, that's not my portion. That's not my portion. And I feel like if that doesn't motivate you and inspire you to get out here and go make some money, make more money. See, the problem with us nowadays is not that we don't know how to make money. It's just that we need to make more money. Find ways to make more money. Stop making excuses. You need to be trying to be the president of the United States before you stop trying to find a new job. Listen, if you got to switch jobs every single 2 weeks, then that's what you got to do. May the best salary win. Thank you.
I don't think all this fraud crackdown stuff is funny. I do not. I just watched a video of an 85-year-old woman having to pay back a little less than $9,000 because in 2021 or 2022, the government and her county workers told her she was eligible for food stamps, and she received anywhere from $112 to $250 a month to pay, in food stamps. And they just wrote her stating, oh, it was an accident. And it actually says it in the letter. It says agency error. You were actually never eligible for food stamps, and now we want you to pay her back. She's literally just celebrating her 85th birthday. I'm sick of this shit, America. These old ass people have went through enough. They have went through enough. If somebody like me who's 32 years old in school and a single mom and, who should have made some better choices can get fucking food stamps, why the hell the old people can't get no food stamps? I remember my grandma told me she was getting $32 for food stamps. Somebody who has been in America since the late 80s, worked, got her degree and everything. I was like, I just can't believe how they are doing people. Even my mom had an issue and she wasn't even in America for 24 years. Another person I know, they got an overpayment in 1995. In 2026 this year, the state took $900 of their taxes because of an overpayment in food stamps from 1995. On my mama, I'm not lying. Another woman, I literally an hour ago read the story. She was overpaid $1,500 in food stamps. Now she is facing a felony. What is going on? I don't think all this shit is funny. I feel like this is deliberate attack on the working people and those who are needy. From the elders to the people who are just trying to make it, to the people who are struggling, to the people making poor choices. And it's like, these aren't actual, the fraudsters that you guys need to be going after. I remember I was on food stamps in, December 2023? I went to go swipe my card. Scammers took every single thing, every single cent. They left me $1.77. I have not been called to say, hey, we found the people. The state gave me hell to get that money back. And they told me, we're not even going to give you all the money back. We're going to give you X, Y, and Z back. Like, I don't know what's going on. And a lot of you guys are gloating and loving it. Oh, you can't buy this with food stamps anymore. And oh, they're coming for you guys. And this is that and this and that. This shit ain't funny. This is not okay. This is predatory. Like, it just doesn't feel good. And I don't care if it's not directly affecting me. I have 8 food stamps meal. I have gotten free lunch. I have gotten XYZ. You know what I'm saying? I've worked to put money into those programs. And I don't mind that, by the way, because I've needed those programs. And even if I never did, I feel like if you got it, help other people. But come on now, tighten up. And I don't find none of this funny. And for y'all who do, I get.
Just driving along the highway, going towards the furthest southern point of West Virginia. And once again, we're passing by abandoned storefronts, abandoned buildings. But one thing that remains constant, it seems, almost anywhere I go here, anywhere with a town, there's always a set of train tracks. There's always a railway. And of course, that would be to transport coal. Although down here, probably used to be to transport coal. The poorest counties in West Virginia are those that used to have places with coal mining jobs, but then they disappeared. You know, a crazy thing about West Virginia that most people don't know is originally, when West Virginians took jobs in the coal mines, they weren't even paid in cash. They were paid in company vouchers. That is to say, they could only spend those vouchers on things owned by the mining companies. That is to say that the mining company controlled everything. People had to spend their vouchers at supermarkets owned by the mining companies. They had to send their kids to schools run by the mining companies. And people couldn't build up any savings. They couldn't save for their kids' college tuition fund. They couldn't build up any kind of generational wealth. And I think even though that system disappeared a long time ago, it did play a big role in West Virginia's poverty. So this is McDowell County, and all the roads I'm driving along look like this. It's deep in the hills. I found some coal mining, or coal processing, whatever you call it. We have reached the town of War, or the city of War, according to them. That is a wild name for a place right there. Apparently, it's also the most southern city of West Virginia. Hopefully people are nice. Thankfully, do not have to pay for parking in the town of War. There's little signs like this all up and down the street honoring former members of the military that I guess were from this town. People from War that literally went to war. Even a black dude. West Virginia does have black people. Way fewer black people than other states, but they're here. The sheriff's car over there. How you doing? Yeah, I'm just passing through. I was making a little vlog, if that's okay. Yeah. Good? Don't need anything? If I think of something, I'll let you know, but thank you. Heard them talking over there about a guy making a video. I wanted to make sure I wasn't in trouble. Man, but this is wild. This entire street is like bombed out. The thrift store is closed over there. The beauty salon is closed. Here's the old McDowell Medical Clinic. Just has a bunch of binders lying on the floor there. I wonder what this massive building over here used to be. Probably something related to coal, but yeah, this place is like being transported to a different era. All the buildings look very old-timey. I don't see a McDonald's anywhere.
This is more than just inflation. This is a daily struggle for everybody, from young to old. While you try to hold it together, everything just keeps climbing and rising up, and you can barely keep up. What's become the highest bill for you to pay right now? Leave a comment below. Thank you for tuning in to Shana Real Talk TV, where we talk about real talk, trending topics, and what's going on in the world. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I appreciate you. Happy every day.